Robert Birch and Rob Churcher. Are they here? Oh, right.
Does that come up on there?
Yes.
Oh, splendid. Wonderful, wonderful technology.
I'll switch the screen in just a moment if you just use the arrows to side.
Very good. Thank you very much indeed. Tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Robert Birch, Chairperson of the Little River Wairewa Community Trust. Ko Lisa Bevan, member of our trust. There would be more members of this trust here today if they were able, but unfortunately Rob Churcher has to give his apologies to you all. Apparently he is known to you. He suffered an accident, a car accident, a couple of days ago, and the doctor has told him to rest and take it easy. So I am trying to stand in his shoes. I'm a little bit shorter than he is, so I'd better sit down.
So is everyone. Do pass on our regards, because he is well known to us.
Most certainly, Madam Mayor, I will do that.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Right, to cut to the chase, I'm just getting used to the technology that you've got here in front of me. The Little River Wairewa Community Trust recently discovered that they had not made a submission to the draft annual plan and realised that we had made a serious error. So we quickly have put together a lot of material that we had planned. The submission is to council for a community multiplex facility and B for a freshwater decontamination wastewater unit, research and decision making. The submission is the outcome of funding facilitated by the Akaroa Wairewa Community Board and provided by Christchurch City Council in 2014, which resulted in a working party that was convened and lodged before council. This is the document that they generated. The Little River Wairewa Community Trust has continued to support the working party, which is now closed down, and we now feel that we have a responsibility to carry forward the good work and the effort that was put into creating this document. Three key outcomes that the community has expressed very clearly a desire for are improved amenities and infrastructure for the village settlement centre, the business area. The requests to modernise the wastewater disposal system were presented to the Banks Peninsula District Council in 1997 with a sequence of documents and papers through to 2009. At that stage there were some changes to council, and shortly after that, of course, we suffered those horrendous earthquakes. So everything went on the back burner. A medical facility is also requested and required by the people who live in the district, and a health and fitness facility. Now, the Community Trust is currently forwarding a project on behalf of Council, the Birdlings Flat Community Hall. Many of you will be aware of that, and some of you, I believe, have already visited it. The Trust is overseeing the completion of the hall, Te Whare Te Pare o Te Mata Habuku, on behalf of the Birdlings Flat community and Christchurch City Council. It was first proposed in 2008 and carried forward by members of the community, Christchurch City Council staff and the Trust, and the build is now nearing completion. I've got to go back a slide there, I'm afraid. The building is nearing completion now, and the previous two slides that I had there, which I seem to have lost, were showing the actual site itself and the construction phases that have taken place. The final picture shows the building's front view, and the decking is completed. There is just the balustrades to finish and some interior detailing in the kitchen. And it is due to be opened on the 27th of June 2017. The community are getting very excited about it. They have, although they're a small community, put an enormous amount of effort into pulling together committees, starting to run with ideas, planning how they're going to utilise the building, planning how they're going to continue to support council with the use of that building. Now, the document that I just waved in the air is the outcome of the working party, and that was a community plan for Little River and Cooktown, concept being for a combined community facility incorporating gymnasium, dojo and consulting rooms has evolved from this. We'll go to the next slide now. Where do I click? There we are. The growth of the concept. The plan came out of, the idea came out of this. The people had put statements in their of intent on the papers that they lodged with us. So a recent small public meeting was held in the Akuti Hall, and a presentation was heard from the Lincoln Envirotown Group, and the following idea emerged. If similar amenities have been long needed in Little River, and they have, as you see, since 1997, and if the settlement village centre needs refreshing and is continuing to grow, which it is, then why not incorporate the propositions into the upgrading of the area? To do this, we need to ensure that it was on the agenda for the Christchurch City Council annual plan. We got to work. We have looked at the aerial view of Little River. We have outlined the areas of council land, which are delineated by the yellow lines on this slide. And the greyish area that you see running across from left to right, about the centre of the field, State Highway 75, the business area, and behind that, the grey area of gravel, which is really an unfinished area. Having looked at that and having decided and found that there were some public rights of way and easements, we thought about the way in which we might possibly develop this further. An architect in our area, and Rob, who is a project manager, then subconvened a committee of the Trust and put together this initial concept, that there would be a village centre square, perhaps with some form of water feature, close to the end of the rather lovely railway area and the cycleway. The cycleway finishes just close to it. It would be a wonderful area for people to socialise and finish a journey. On the lower left-hand side, you'll see a red blob. That is the existing old recycling centre to be converted to a multifunction community facility, the one that we're talking about, which would include medical facilities, some tourist facilities, and various other things. But at the moment, it is all very embryonic. If we go to the next slide, you will see, if you look at Little River, that, oh no, we've jumped one, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to try and go back to, if I can. Right, no, we've gone through. We're only going forward. The slideshow's been ended for me.
Somebody will come and put it back for you.
No, it's all right. I can pick up and run with it, I think, with a little bit of luck. Thank you.
Not sure how far back.
Why didn't I know that?
So yeah, just...
Yep, that's all right. That's fine. Thank you. Sorry about the delay there. The existing vehicle ingress off State Highway 75 is shown in the upper layer of photographs that you see there. The lower layer of photographs shows the view of the vacant land at the rear of the business area, which is the area that we would like to see refreshed and enhanced. If we can do that, then it will make the area look a lot better for the incoming tourist people that will be visiting the area. And I notice I can flick around now. Sorry about that. The village centre square would be in the area to the left. As you can see, it looks very disused. An additional landscaping car parking area would be in the centre photograph. And the one on the right shows the recycling shed, which is far down at the end of that picture. The next picture shows the proposed means of controlling vehicle speed through Little River. This is something which we have engaged with before. The Land Transport and Christchurch City Council have sympathetically listened and acted on the requests of the community in regard to lowering the speed limit to 60 kilometres per hour. That sign is an artefact at the moment. It is still currently 70, but I've anticipated a little bit there. I am assured that it will be gazetted later this year. So thank you to Council for that support. It was a battle. CCC is now aware of our needs in respect of the settlement village centre enhancement. We have drawn together ideas that have come from Japan, from China, from India. The gentlemen that have helped to put this together on the top left-hand side have shown parking space, which is easy maintenance, low maintenance, free draining, and would enhance our area and fit with our area. Top right-hand side, a slightly humorous concept, but one which could in reality work very well. Behind Little River there's a steep slope. When we have heavy rain, the water runs off that slope when the ground's saturated, and that contributes towards the flooding. The idea there would be to put in a long swale and turn it into a beautiful little natural enviro area which overseas visitors would be only too pleased to have a look at. The lower one is a concept for a village square, an idea. So our request is that seed funding to assist the initial concept design and location of a community multiplex facility and a water decontamination unit for Little River be considered to be included in the Christchurch City Council's annual plan. We, the Trust, have worked with the Council before. We enjoy working with the Council. We've got a very strong team that have developed in Little River. I thank you for listening to me. It's the end.
Thank you. That's the time allocated for the submission, but
Yes.
I know that we are always, it's just such a pleasure to hear a community come and ask what we could do together with support from council, but with the community leading the way. It's just fantastic. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It was 8 minutes 35 seconds originally planned, so I mistimed it a bit there.
You've done very well.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.